I'm here with Elayna Toby of Elayna Toby Art. She's going to tell us a little bit about her kinetic art project, which is going to be auctioned off to the proceeds of which will benefit the foundation of the fashion district here in Palm Beach. So I understand that this concept came about 2 weeks ago with you and Mrs. Isel.
Just 2 weeks ago is when all of the upcycling came to me, and so in the last 2 weeks this piece has been created.
And most of your work is kinetic, is that right?
Yes, it is. It is all kinetic.
Kinetic meaning moving.
Moving. I do moving sculptures. From earrings to small mobiles to trees.
So Elayna Toby is going to tell us now a little bit about her beginnings in jewelry.
Yes. It's funny how what goes around comes around. It wasn't until I did much larger kinetic sculptures that I started to actually realize these were my first kinetic sculptures. And it's personal adornment. You know, it's a sculpture for my new body art.
Right.
That was a funny realization.
So from the kinetic movement of the jewelry, you moved to the kinetic art piece that you've done. And I understand this came up 2 weeks ago. You were requesting pieces, odd-off pieces of one earring, for instance, to create a meaningful art piece. Stories behind these pieces. So tell us a little bit about your kinetic art.
Sure. People were invited to upcycle things that they wanted to be part of this art. It's a kinetic wall sculpture. It ended up being 3 feet by 5 feet, 3 feet wide, and it's exactly a yard, and we know that because it actually hangs from a yardstick. And the whole idea is that people were invited to contribute and upcycle into this art piece, the proceeds of which will benefit the formation of a fashion district in Palm Beach County.
So, is it just one piece, one odd earring here and there that were donated, or what types of
It's jewelry, it's earrings, it's pins, it's the trim of a gown, it's an antique eagle box from Singer, which happens to be my last name, which is kind of a signature piece. It's tie pins, it's cufflinks, it's measuring tape. So it's the tools of the fashion trade, plus jewelry, adornments, and they're all connected one to the other. And it's kind of taking the reimagining these objects into kind of a bigger whole. And it wasn't that I wanted to just go and buy these things and go to estate sales and thrift shops. It's really about people being part of this project, and they contributed stories of stuff. That's the part, when you read the stories, when you look at the piece and you say, oh, that's so neat, that's that, and then you see, for example, one woman contributed over 20 rings that is all custom jewelry, diamonds, and gemstone rings, and it's throughout the piece. And it's not just that they're rings, it's that those were her mom's fun rings. You know, it's the story.
The stories are going to be posted by the piece.
The story is part of the piece. There's a booklet, an art piece that I'm creating that has all the stories and stuff.
And speaking of stories, I hear that you have an interesting way of marketing accessories.
Yes.
Accessories. Tell us that concept.
Yes, accessory. Conversation happening on Facebook. Someone said, what do you do with all those onesie earrings? And Liliana said, give it to Elayna Toby. She does amazing things with trinkets. And so the next day I contacted her. I said, you know, as I was swimming the next morning, I had this idea of it would be so fun to have people upcycle their excess accessories into something that I would create that could benefit the development of the fashion district.
Absolutely.
And that was the seed of the idea. The artwork of the sculpture itself is called Accessories, spelled excess, accessories.
Very nice. And how much will the piece be starting?
There is no reserve, so there isn't a minimum.
Okay. Interesting. So the auction is going to be this Sunday.
The auction is taking place at Habitat Galleries in downtown West Palm Beach on Clematis on the 500 block, on a beautiful space with gorgeous, all kinds of really wonderful pieces made out of glass.
Okay, so I understand that you did a piece in Boynton Beach last year.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about this piece with this tree. This is a very interesting story.
Thank you. It was called Kinetic Connections. It was part of the International Kinetic Art Exhibit and Symposium in Boynton Beach. It too was a community creation. It was actually my first. A 90-year-old tree was transformed for 3 days into a kinetic sculpture, and the community contributed objects. We strung them together into 16-foot long strands. That 42 of these strands were in this 20-foot tall tree.
What website, where can people see you?
I do, thank you very much. It is ElaynaTobyArt.com.
You'll see that below. We'll post
Yes,
the link to her website.
ElaynaTobyArt.com.
This is Elayna Toby of Elayna Toby Art, doing a wonderful, well actually contributing to a wonderful cause of the foundation of a fashion district here in Palm Beach. Thank you so much.
Thank you.